And let's not forget a jiffy or a flash. Do you know which is quicker? Well, I looked it up. In fact, there are 2 jiffies in a flash, and there are 6 flashes in the twinkling of an eye. No one seems to know how many twinklings of an eye there are in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And by the way, why is it 2 shakes of a lamb's tail? Wouldn't the basic unit of measurement be 1 shake of a lamb's tail? Another vague word is soon. For me, soon has an emotional quality. It has great potential for sadness. Is Daddy ever coming to visit us again? Yes, dear. When? Soon. Here's a spooky one. Sooner than you think. Wow, sooner than I think. That's like before you know it. I'll be back before you know it. Shoom! Holy shit, he did it. Sooner or later, one of these days, any day now, from time to time, every now and then, a little while. A little while is nice. So gentle. I'll be home in a little while. That wouldn't bother you, would it? I think anyone could wait a little while. It doesn't sound too threatening. Your father is sick, but he still has a little while. That's different from a short time, isn't it? A short time sounds terminal. Your father has only a short time. If I were about to be executed, I'd much rather have a little while than a short time. By the way, do you have a favorite period of time? It isn't easy to select a favorite period of time. There are so many appealing ones. I have a few. To me, the most useful period of time is 5 minutes. That seems to be the one most people choose when they're pressed. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, will you? What, are you kidding? I could fix that thing in 5 minutes. That's all most people want. 5 minutes. A good, solid, respectable period of time. And it goes by fast. I think I could do just about anything for 5 minutes. Even the most distasteful task. Let's go talk to George Bush. Are you kidding? He's an asshole. Look, just 5 minutes, okay? Okay. 5 minutes. But no more. After that, I'm going to puke. 15 minutes is a popular period of time, but it has an institutional ring to it, a regulatory quality. Sounds like it's associated with something either compulsory or forbidden. The exchange window will only be open for 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes to fill out the forms. In 15 minutes we will be coming around, and I like 20 minutes better. 20 minutes sounds kind of free and sporty. I'll be back to pick up those test papers in 15 minutes. Then you'll have a 20-minute break. Hey, guys, cover me with the boss, will you? I'll be back in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Just enough time to get laid. Have a good time. What exactly is wrong with the inmates running the asylum? It seems to me they're in an ideal position to know just what's needed. When it comes to my organs, I've decided to donate only my prostate and testicles, with the stipulation that they go to one of those lovely feminists. Here's something no one ever said before. Big bats down to 1-5, 5 over cross up the thingo, nose, baseball, hieroglyphics, hopscotch, pouch. Inevitably, 2-4-8-4-8-4-8-4-8. I with the 2-2-2, 3-4-5. Down here, mother, we're all home now. So long, Jill. Beep, beep. Hungry, hungry. Are you? I couldn't stand it. Not in my house. Up yours too, Don. He's packing them in. We'll all try it. 50-50? Okay, but not me. No one ever said that before. No one ever wrote that. Not even Shakespeare. I'm proud of that. Civilization began its downhill path the day some guy first uttered the words, "A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do." They say that if you live to be 100, your lucky number goes up by 1. As near as I can tell, jack shit and diddly squat are roughly the same amount. What do you think about some guy who hears a voice in his head that tells him to kill his entire family, and he does it? Is that the only thing these voices ever tell paranoid guys to do, kill people? Doesn't a voice ever say, "Go take a shit on the salad bar at Wendy's"? Doesn't a voice tell a guy to take out his dick on the merry-go-round? Actually, some guys do take out their dicks on the merry-go-round, but usually it's their own idea. In the old days, white people used to put black grease paint on their faces and perform minstrel shows. Boy, that must have been really interesting. When I first heard the song Don't Worry, Be Happy, I realized it was exactly the kind of mindless philosophy that Americans would respond to. It would make a great national motto, right along with me first. Here's a little-known fact. When the stock exchange closes, the guy who comes out on the balcony with that big hammer slams it on the head of the person who lost the most money that day. America has too many fake Irish pubs. Giving your bar an Irish name doesn't make it a pub. The word pub is earned the hard way. Tons and tons of puke and thousands of shattered cheekbones. McDonald's breakfast for under $1 is actually more expensive than that. You have to factor in the cost of bypass surgery. May I make it clear once and for all that I don't care what country the Pope is in? I'm really not interested. All the Pope ever does is go around to places where people make $6 a year and tell them to have more children. Isn't that bright and responsible and compassionate? Such a bright, responsible, compassionate man. If the Pope wants to travel around flaunting his wealth and encouraging poor people to have children, let him do it privately. And for God's sakes, keep it off television. The Pope is not news. No one who has had taps played for them has ever been able to hear it. Although it's true blondes have more fun, it's important to remember they also have more VD. If you watch a sitcom carefully, you can see that it's really nothing more than a series of doors opening and closing with a series of jack-offs entering and exiting. They have a new roach spray. Doesn't kill the roaches, but it fills them with self-doubt as to whether or not they're in the right house. I'm sure looters don't call it looting. They probably think of it as extreme shopping. One good reason for maintaining only a small circle of friends is that 3 out of 4 murders are committed by people who knew the victim. If you live on the wrong side of the tracks, but get up on the right side of the bed, do those things cancel each other out? Probably not. Professional soldiers are people who die for a living. Here's some fun you can have. Go into a photography shop and ask the man if you can buy the pictures of the other people in the window. Say, "How much for that heavyset couple?" I guarantee they'll stare at you a long time. In fact, they might even back up several feet. Whenever they say someone got hit by a stray bullet, I wonder about the choice of words. It seems to me that the bullet isn't stray at all. It's doing exactly what physics predicts, traveling in a straight line. What's so stray about that? Everyone knows by now sports is big business, but the major sports have grown kind of boring and predictable, and the public has become jaded. So I'm suggesting a few changes that would add excitement to the games and increase their entertainment value. Baseball has one major problem: not enough serious injuries. A lot of baseball's so-called injuries are just a strained this or a sore whatchamacallit. In today's culture, that's not good enough. Fans are crying out for someone to really be hurt badly. So, to raise the injury level, what I would do is place 30 to 40 landmines in the outfield. The kind of mines that spray thousands of tiny nails when they explode. Not only would this add excitement, it would also provide a refreshing element of surprise. There's a high, lazy fly ball to right field. O'Neill drifts over, pats his glove, bam! Holy fucking shit! Oh, good Lord! Oh, precious, precious Lord! Baseball is also accused of being too slow. Here's something would not only speed up the game, but also provide a welcome opportunity for serious injuries. Like most good ideas, it's uncomplicated. If the pitcher hits the batter with a ball, the batter is out. That's it. A simple idea, but it could make quite a difference. And maybe if the ball hits the batter in the head, it could be a double play. I don't know, I'm not an expert on rules, but it's certainly worth a try. And just think, a good control pitcher could have a perfect game just by hitting 27 guys in a row. In fact, if you had two quality pitchers out there, the fans could be out of that ballpark in half an hour, on their way home to watch football on TV, where they could see some serious goddamn injuries. Now, football. For many of you fans, football is already a perfect game. Its particular combination of speed, strategy, and brute force seems just right for the American psyche. But even a well-thought-out game like football can use a little help from a fun-loving guy like me. I would start by improving the coin toss, by making it a full-contact event. While the coin is in the air, the team captains should be allowed to kick the officials. It would get things going on a positive note. Remember, this is a sport that owes its origin to the practice of English soldiers playfully kicking around the head of a Dane during the lulls in combat.